I'm documenting this. Yeah, man, I made a little sign over there. Good morning. We're at this little airport south of Philly, about 20 miles. And I believe there's a nice airplane in that box that came in from Poland in pieces. We're waiting on another box. And there's a crane we're going to use. So there's 3 guys flew in last night from Krakow. And we're going to hopefully get this thing together. That's the plan anyway. There's a big crane coming around the corner. Okay, Roman's the boss. It was Roman. I had their names wrong. We got to get that roof off and then make that thing out of there. That's the plan anyway. So here's the dream team from Poland, Krakow. We got Jerry, Stefan, and Herman. I think Herman's 80 years old. But he knows his Antonovs. We're going to see some action here today. Oh my goodness. Boy, that's a tight fit. Woo! We got to lift that lid off, get that crane over there. We'll let the action begin. The dilemma is, how do you get an 8-foot wide airplane on its side out of a 7'8" box? So we got to spread these walls a little bit. Pulling it apart, and then Roman's up on top. Of course, you got to get the oldest guy to do the work. That's the latest. He is a character. This other guy down here flew around the world in the Antonov. They did a documentary. This guy. Yeah, we'll do some interviews. Then we got this little baby crane to lift it. Little action. So there's Roman coming all the way from Krakow last night just to show us how to do this. I think he's just 80 years old. Of course you got to get the oldest guy, or everybody else stands around and watches. That's how it works these days. What a crew. So we're going to lift this thing out. You know, most kids, they get a little toy in a Cracker Jack box, but not Douglas, no. He's got to get this toy in 2 Connexes. But, what else would we be doing? That's a good question. Yeah, this ought to be fun. This is a tough one. Then you got to stick the gear under it. Things you wish you'd never seen. Oh, man. But when they fly, they are something. Slow but sure, it's coming out. Wow, man. Whoa, buddy. Oh. Damn. I guess he wants to pin it up. There you go. Ay, ay, ay. That's a wild man right there. That is a wild man. All this thing's dancing around. Everybody else jumping back. Yay, Douglas. Got it. Here it comes. I'll bet you Roman's underneath it pushing. There he is. Wild man. That's a wild man. First time this plane's been in the air in a while. Just needs to get its wings on and be doing better. Look at its turn. Now they're trying to figure out where to put it. All right, let's go. They could have flown it from Poland, but they said that water's cold between here and there. Let the fun begin. There we go. So, what we have here is just like a big Ikea kit, except after you put it together, you can fly it away. And hopefully we'll see this thing in Alaska before too long. And we are going to cover some ground. Look at this. Hopefully this wind doesn't come up. Hopefully not. Okay. Just like Ikea. Yep. We're trying to flip this over. It looks like it's going good so far. Oh, yeah. And then we'll put the gear on it. At least that's the plan. Here's the landing gear. Oh, I'd put some foam on that side. Yeah, Douglas has got it. Douglas, oh, no. Whoa, baby. Ay. Hang on. That didn't go too good. Oh, well. I hope it didn't bang anything up too good. Here we are. Bye. So the question is, how many mechanics does it take to put a bolt in the landing gear? What are you checking, Douglas? The air pressure? What are you doing? Just kick it. If it hurts your foot, that's enough. Well, they're getting it. And then we got a lot of people like to watch. That's always good. Supervisors. One mechanic, 80-year-old mechanic, 10 supervisors. So if you were going to have an AN-2 yard sale, this is what it would look like. There's the vertical and the, the rudder tube. There's all the struts going on over there, the oil filter, little pieces here. I hope this wind doesn't come up. There's the flying wires. And in here, luckily out of the wind, we got the wings. And hopefully they're ready to go on if we can find bolts. Looks like we got a push start. Yeah, the wind was coming up so bad. These guys like to work with nature, so we're going to put it around the other side of the hangar. These are the top wings, and they are heavy. So I'm not sure how we're going to do this. Then the tail, the 24-foot tail, the horizontal is pinched in there. I just tried to move the whole bunch, but that's not happening. So we'll get a whole bunch of guys, hopefully, and you'll see these wings outside, lifted by the crane. Hopefully they'll be ready to go up. And I guess this is how you put the top wing on. Get it lined up here.
You want to put the strap the back end of the airplane up, right? So it comes. Yeah, I can do that.